All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Hopefully you all are doing well today. So, I usually do not carry around more than one set of oracle cards and one set of tarot cards with me when I leave the studio. But last Friday, something told me that I needed to carry around 6 sets of cards and both sets of oracle cards. I don't know, I don't make the rules. But I woke up this morning and, of course, did my morning affirmations and listened to the Abraham Hicks and all of this positive energy, you know how I do on this channel. Try to keep a higher vibration. And as I was going through my morning routine and as I was pulling my cards, something just kept nagging me that I needed to touch base with the kind of aftermath of this new moon in Cancer. I'm not going to lie to any of you, of course. This new moon in Cancer really pulled me out of my vibration. It was very deep. It was very rough. It was quite an emotional time for this new moon in Cancer. So my intention with this reading today is to touch base with the aftermath of this, is to touch base with how you guys are doing, how you guys are holding up, if some of you are still struggling, to give you the advice as to how to kind of balance out this energy. For those of you who are not a water sign, in fact, even if you are a water sign, my one piece of advice that I want to give you right now is to ground. Ground your energy. Meditate. Go outside. Find something that stops those swirling thoughts and emotions that are kind of whizzing around right now. It was kind of like a tidal wave. As I mentioned last week, some of us will be swept away by this tidal wave, while others of us will be surfing this wave. So, depending on where you fell, depends on how well you did with this energy. So my intention, again, is to look at this energy to see what is going on, how best to kind of serve you through this energy. We did have the 7-7 portal yesterday. Yeah, because today is 7-8. The 7-7 portal, essentially, from 7-7 to 8-8, 8-8 is Lionsgate, which is a whole other ballgame, and we'll touch base when we get there next month. But during this time, it's kind of like a tunnel. It's kind of like, think of a train, right? We're all on a train, and we're all being shoved through this tunnel. During this time, things may become unclear. You may not be able to see very clearly. You're going to have to trust the process. You're going to have to trust yourself, trust your guides, trust your intuition. Really ground yourself in knowing that you will come out on the other side of this. Now, there will be moments of light, moments where you will be able to see, but I cannot guarantee that there will not be surprises during that light time. So just be prepared for the unexpected during this time. I am going to use the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed, and the Oracle cards. Oh God, don't even get me started. You'll see. You'll see. Like, these readings just kind of keep getting bigger and bigger. And I feel like that's having to do with the energy that we're in. And this energy may linger throughout the readings. I cannot make any guarantees. I'm just a card reader. I'm just a card reader. You know how we do on this channel. So, for those of you who don't know how we do on this channel, hello, I'm Ollie. It's nice to meet you. Here on this channel, my intention is to elevate you all into that highest version of yourself, to get you to where you need to be, to put you on that timeline that brings in your best and highest good. Between worlds, you're kidding me, right? The fates, oh goodness, chaos and conflict, really? Imagine milk and honey. Oh Jesus, okay, if this is how we're going to do this today, this is how we're going to, again, I don't make the rules. Time to go, building blocks. We've got fork in the road, and we also have this higher power. Mind you, this is all coming from the underneath. We have message in a bottle, peace, and unfinished symphony. Guys, really, really, knock it off. Knock it off. Truth be told, give me the above. Chopped wood, absolutely. Go the distance. Again, these readings just keep getting bigger and bigger, and then we have happy, happy. So like I said, during this time, I feel as though the point of this energy is to kind of make us shift gears, and it's definitely going to hit the unyielding people very hard, okay? For people who don't want to move, for people who are settling. I'm hearing the word settle. For people who are settling in this energy of it'll be what it is, or I'm hearing second best. People are kind of settling for half of what they deserve, or even less. I feel as though this energy is kind of coming in to show us a truth, to show us the truth of who we are as individuals. And as we move forward through this energy, it is going to move people. I'm getting, there's a hurricane on the way for the lower half of the United States, and I wish you well. Please be safe. But it is kind of like a hurricane. It definitely feels like that hurricane energy. Trees that have been growing and grounded and rooted in one spot will be ripped up. Foundations of homes and different things are going to be swept away. And it's definitely not the best clearing in the world, but it is a clearing nonetheless. I really hated to use that analogy, but there that is. The gold set is talking to me. So please, again, during this time, ground yourself in some energy, in a positive energy. Don't try and set yourself there, because that's not going to work for you. That's not going to work for the universe. I mean, we have higher power, we have the fates. We also have between worlds, time to go, fork in the road. There are things shifting right now that will set the precedents for everything else. So during this month between 7/7 and 8/8, please do your best to go with the flow of this energy, okay? That does not rule out the occasional surprise, the occasional lifeboat, so to speak. It does not rule out people coming and going, even for just a moment. So please, during this time, take care of yourselves. Please take care of yourselves, because the more in balance you are, the more apt you will be to handle this energy. It's a rough time for people right now. Like I said, I definitely struggled with this new moon in Cancer because I was out of balance. Shocker, I know, but I'm human. I'm allowed to be out of balance. And there was 24 to 48 hours where I was completely out of balance, and in fact, it actually made me sick. It made me sick. And when I realized what was happening, I put myself back into balance in a different way. And there may be new ways for you to have to put yourself back in balance. But the balance is key. The balance is key here. The more, I'm seeing all four elements now, the more that you can deal with the burning of the fire and the emotional waters of water, and that great gust of wind of air, but also being grounded in that earth energy, the more encompassed and balanced you are, the better off you will be during this energy. So let's see where we're going. Let's see what wants to come through. Two more. One more. Okay. All right, let's see what the cards have for us today. Please don't do this. All right. Underneath, we've got the Page of Pentacles. We've got the Page of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, the Ten of Wands, yeah, Temperance, there's more of that balanced energy. Yeah. We've also got the Devil energy here. We've got the Two of Cups. We've got the Knight of Wands. We also have the Four of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the King of Swords. Along with the Ace of Cups and the Fool, Ace of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, and the Emperor energy. So, like I was just talking about, the more imbalanced that you're going to be at this time, the better off you're gonna be. And I feel as though during this time, there will be choices. First off, choices that cause you to move forward. Ten of Wands. There will be choices and endings that cause you to move forward. But there's a lesson in these choices. There's something to learn from this energy. The thing that was triggering me this past week was other people. Other people was triggering for me. And it's because humans don't do what other humans expect them to do. Let's just start there. They don't do what normal people expect them to do. Maybe you expect people to respond in a different way or don't respond in a different way. And that is not a reflection of you. If you're putting your power out here, especially when it comes to love relationships or jobs, you can't do that. The only thing that you can do is control how you respond to the situation. And those external sources, hello Elizabeth, of validation are fleeting. They're fleeting. I've been listening to a lot of Abraham Hicks, and there was another gentleman that I found who really kind of rocked my vibration for a hot minute. Because he was talking about, you know, how you were with you. You were with you from the day you're born to the day you die. So you're never alone. You are never alone. And he goes on to talk about how the only expectations that we have are the expectations we give ourselves. And those expectations have come from past influences or other people that we've taken in and turned into a belief, right? Think about back in high school, right? This is the best example that I was given, and this really rocked my world. You know, back in high school, how they had the popular kids, and people were always trying to be a popular kid, and it was causing you to kind of change the way you look and change the way you act, and that you were striving to be a popular kid, but that took you out of your authentic self, right? And he went on to explain that those popular kids, half of them were fake. Half of them were fake. They were trying to fit in just like the rest of us. And it just so happened that that's the group that they fell into. As somebody who was not a popular kid up until his senior year, which that was a whole other ballgame. But the only reason how I became a popular kid was because I embraced who I was as an individual. I let go of those external sources of validation and really brought myself back into balance with who I was. And that's who you see today. This wonderful, authentic, bright, and bubbly person is me. It is not fake. It's not an illusion. You see me on the streets, you're going to be greeted with the same Ollie that you see here on Facebook and on TikTok and on YouTube. I am the same person. But it took me a while to understand that the only person's acceptance that I needed, the only sort of validation that I needed was my own. And that's where I feel like these chains are breaking here with the Temperance, the Capricorn energy of the Devil, and the Two of Cups. And this can also bleed into relationships. This is going to be a very long reading, just so we're aware. When it comes to relationships, you can't change yourself into being what somebody else wants you to be. Because the right person is going to love you for who you are. That's the whole reason why they came in to begin with. You hear about these relationships where people change themselves to be better suited for this other person, and they keep changing themselves, they start to lose themselves along the way, and then that person, the person that they're trying to change themselves for, leaves. It's because they weren't attracted to you when you were trying to manipulate yourself to be this other person, they were attracted to you for you. And it's a lot of energy to deal with at that time. But again, my one focus here is to get you guys to shift back into your truth. Into your truth. Hanged Man, King of Swords. And what that's going to do is that's going to bring about new beginnings in love and clarity. Ace of Cups, Fool, and the Ace of Swords. It's going to bring about a sense of self-worth, a sense of satisfaction for you. It's going to bring about that balance. Two of Pentacles. And that balance, again, is going to make you feel wonderful. Nine of Cups, Emperor. But you cannot live your lives by other people's expectations or by other people's validations, because that's no way to live your life. That's no way to live your life. And so that's what I feel like this whole Cancerian energy is here to do. It's to stop letting us live in half measures. When it comes to jobs, relationships, ourselves. I, during this time, have had to start going back through and doing my daily affirmations and listening to Abraham Hicks in the morning to put myself back in that vibration, to put myself back in my vortex, back in my own energy. And the more that I do this, the easier it becomes. The easier it becomes to tap back into that authentic version of me. And that's what the main focus is here. Queen of Cups with the Tower. Yeah, there's that emotional energy coming in. Page of Swords. Yeah, I feel like it's going to start as a thought. We've got the Leo energy here of strength. We've got the Five of Pentacles. Absolutely. Absolutely. What's guiding this energy? King of Cups. King of Cups. Excuse you. There's no reason for that type of energy in here today. Thank you. You really have got to get over yourself. That's for somebody. That's for somebody. You really have to get over yourself. Even though I'm talking to the cats who are about to fight, that's for somebody. You have to get over yourself. You have to get over that ego. Because the ego is where the non-authentic part of you lives. Anyway, moving on. Four of Pentacles, the Lover's energy, the Seven of Pentacles, I'm sorry, and then we've got the Chariot here. So, again, back to the ego, which, thank you, Elizabeth. And I do see the King and Queen of Cups here. And so there is a tangent of relationships here, but we'll get to that at the end. But the whole point of this is to tap you back into your authentic self. It's to bring you back. And again, here's that water energy coming in to kind of clear it all. With the Queen of Cups and the Tower, it's coming in to clear it all. And I feel as though it does start with those thoughts that you were telling yourselves, the thoughts that you were believing, those external sources of validation that you brought in, turned into a belief, and that's what you live your life on. Those need to be rewired. How do you want to live your life? What does that feel like? What does that look like? How do you dress? How do you act? How do you feel about yourself? These are the important questions that you need to be asking yourself at this time. Is how can I change the game and bring love and authenticity into your life to be the best version of yourself? Is it going to piss people off? Absolutely. Absolutely. This was a very, very long time ago, and the best example that I have for this is, and this is just my example, this is not for all of you, but when I came out, when I figured out that I was a divine feminine who was looking for a divine masculine, there were people who were triggered by this. It's just a phase, you'll grow out of it. It was triggering for them because I was not following their expectations. I was not following their beliefs. I was not following, and hell, to this day, there are still people who tell me the same thing. And that's okay. Because that's just their ego and their ignorance talking. There's nothing to do with me. Because I live my authentic life. I'm happy with who I am. And that is also something that really has to be incorporated here. And it will take some courage. It's definitely going to take some courage. It's going to take some strength. It's going to take looking in the mirror and being completely and utterly honest with yourself. Completely honest with yourself and what it is that you want from this life. So I feel like these thoughts are going to come in, and I love the fact that they're grounded here. I like the fact that it shows up in your grounded energy, because that's kind of the point. That's really the point of this Cancerian energy, is to ground this energy and get your head and your heart on the same page. And it's very interesting that we have the King of Cups that's guiding you. That's love. We have the King and Queen of Cups. That is love on both sides, the divine masculine and the divine feminine. It's both the emotional and the physical coming together in union to pave the path forward. And that's what I see happening here. Five of Pentacles, coming in from the cold, not letting yourself be stuck and stagnant. And I do want you to know that it is going to take some time. It is going to take some time. Rewiring these beliefs that we've had for so long, it does take some time. And yes, there are going to be some knee-jerk reactions. There are going to be some knee-jerk reactions. And that's okay. The fact that you acknowledge these knee-jerk reactions, but then tell yourself, I'm working on this, takes some of that power away. And it helps you move forward. It does. It helps you move forward. So these thoughts here, and, you know, but before we even get to the thoughts, I do want to look at this Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, Three of Swords, absolutely, High Priestess, and the Hermit. I know that as humans, we like to hold on to the things that we have obtained, because we're afraid that if we let it go, there won't be anything there to fill that spot. There won't be anything there to fill that, I'm hearing, fill the void. I'm here to tell you that that's incorrect. When you start to shift gears and start to move back on your path, the path that you are no longer sitting on, or the fact that you are no longer standing there stagnant, the path that you are no longer resisting, the universe brings in all of these different things that fill those voids. It does. But step one is putting yourself back in alignment with this path. It is. I'm hearing manifestations. Some of you are trying to manifest things that are on your path, but you're not on your path. And that's a problem. It is a problem, because if you're trying to manifest things, but you're not in the right mindset or not in that right energy on that path, of course those manifestations aren't going to come in. You have to be able to align your energy back into balance, as I've been saying, and be able to put yourself back on that path, put yourself back in that vortex, because then those things can come in. It's like, when I get this job, I'll be happy. Or when I get this relationship, I'll be happy. Or when this happens, I'll be happy. That's not the way manifestation works. It's not. You have to be happy where you are. You have to raise your vibration to meet that manifestation, and then that can come in. Hello, beautiful. I know. Hello, lovely. But you have to be able to meet the universe halfway. The universe knows what you want. Your higher self knows what you want. But you have to put yourself in alignment. And that's what I feel like this entire reading is about, is putting yourself back in alignment. Putting your vibration back into balance. But right now, we're resisting the emotional flood that's happening. And I understand. Like I said, trying to hold on to things that we've worked very hard to obtain, not wanting to lose them, but hurricanes happen. And I'm so sorry that I'm using this analogy, especially for the people in the lower half of the United States. Again, please be safe. Please be safe. But when hurricanes come in, they kind of destroy everything. The better prepared you are, the more that you can keep and salvage and take with you into this new chapter. But hurricanes are atrocious, much like tornadoes. It is rough. And I wish I could tell you that some of you are going to have a better time with this energy than others. The people who are sitting there like, nope, this isn't happening, it's not going to happen, the hurricane's going to miss us. You're going to get hit the hardest. Because you're not in motion, you're not preparing yourself for the emotional flood. For those of you who are like, it's going to happen, like we need to prepare, you will be better off. So, I do want to look at this Tower energy here before we move forward. Tower energy, please. Ten of Swords. Yeah. Egos. Queen of Pentacles. Hello. The Six of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. There will be a balancing of your ego, of your egos, of the things that you are trying to manifest, the traditional way of doing things, those beliefs that you're holding on to, those are going to be wiped clean. Because again, it's time to live your life the way that you believe that it should be. If you look back on some of your beliefs and how you lived your life, I can guarantee you that if you followed that belief back, you'd find where it came from. You'd find it. Somebody said something or somebody did something, and you took that energy and put it in your mind, turned it into a belief, and then from that moment forward, that's how you've been living your life. Those are the beliefs that are being called into question. Now, I said that I was going to talk about relationships. When it comes to relationships in this manner, some of you are holding on to relationships that are not serving you. And whether they're romantic or family or friends, it does not matter. Relationships can be a variety of different things, but there are some relationships here that you are settling for or settling for second best, that those are going to be the ones that will not withstand the storm. They won't. They're going to be cleared out. And I know that's triggering for some people. I felt that wave of trigger come through. I'm glad that it triggered you. I know. I know. You're like, what? I am. I'm glad that it triggered you. And the reason for that is because when you are triggered, that is your body telling you that this area needs work. It really is. When I said that, like I said, some people will flow out of your life and you got triggered, why are you triggered by that? Why is it triggering? Are you trying to hold on to this and hoping that things are going to get better, or do you have a belief in your mind that without this other person's validation or experience that you you don't mean? I want to pin this down. It's like that friend or that lover who you give everything to and they only give you half. Why are you in that energy? Why are you in that energy? You're putting 110% for somebody who's only going to give you 40 or 50 or not even that. But there's something there that you are holding on to, that you think you get from this person when in reality you should be getting it from yourself. It all comes back to you. And these triggers are designed to give you messages that require your attention, that require your work. I know. Not what you'd expect me to say, huh? But it's what you needed to hear. It is. It is what you needed to hear. I'm going to use a different set. So, going forward from this energy. What is this? That was the Lovers. That was the Lovers. So going forward from this energy, we have the Lovers. That's balance. That's union. And again, that's what this whole experience, divine beings having a human experience, is supposed to do. Life is not supposed to be difficult. It's not. It is really not supposed to be difficult. I need that. I need this. What is this? Yeah. Queen of Wands. But some of you are like, well, that is difficult. That is going to be difficult. You're right. But the only reason why it's going to be difficult is because you have held yourself to this expectation, to this belief, yeah, Four of Cups, for far too long, and not listening to the messages that are trying to come in. Four of Cups and the Knight of Wands. It's time to be re-inspired. It is. It is time to be re-inspired with your life. It is time to allow this energy to come in, because it's coming in one way or the other. It is. It's coming in one way or the other, and you can be prepared, or you cannot be prepared. Queen of Pentacles, High Priestess, Six of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. It's time to be prepared. And we have the Empress underneath. I was wondering when she would appear. Being physically prepared and being emotionally prepared are two different ordeals. Nine of Wands, Judgment, and the Sun. Being physically prepared and being emotionally prepared are two different ball games. You can be physically prepared for just about anything, but it's where that emotional stock comes in. It's time to become emotionally prepared. So it's gonna be okay. I know. Somebody needed to hear this message today. It may not be what you want it to look like right now. Like I said, we're all passing through a tunnel. But the better prepared you are, the better off you're going to be. It's time to put yourself back in alignment and back in balance. And let the universe do its work. Because what's meant for you will be for you. And the more that you manifest, the more that you tell the universe, this is what I want, and put yourself in alignment, the more that it can work with this energy. So this is what I have for you guys. I really, really hope this helped. And I know for some of you this was triggering today. Do I apologize? No, I don't. Because sometimes we need to be triggered in order to move. So this is what I have for you. I really, really hope this helped. And please, don't think that this is me trying to be a jerk, or me be oh God, a jerk, a dick, an asshole. Like, it's not me trying to do that. It is, I'm kind of like that one friend who won't tell you what you want to hear, but I'll tell you what you need to hear. And you needed to hear this today. So, thank you guys very much for joining me. As always, your company is well appreciated. Take some time to emotionally invest in yourself. And I promise that the more you ground and the more you put yourself back into balance, the better you're going to feel. Okay? Okay. Alright guys, this is what I have for you, and I will see you all again tomorrow. Bye guys.